these people have the power. It's their duty to work on their greed, because regardless of what I believe, I can't mine oil tomorrow and I can't stop the mining of oil tomorrow. That's not in my realm of possibilities. This is someone else's.
There is a thing about collective action though, isn't there?
Aye.
Because as an individual, you may not be able to stop that mining, but as a collective, you can.
Aye.
And certainly, Anadarko, the protests about the offshore oil drilling, when was that, 5 or 6 years ago? And there were people from here who sailed up and protested,
Aye.
and stopped that.
Aye.
So, there are certainly examples where collective action will stop that. But, neoliberalism, the idea of neoliberalism, reinforces that idea of an individual and myself, myself going up the food chain and everybody else not.
Aye. Individuation.
So the system of neoliberal capitalism feeds individual greed or individualized greed. Where the human now has become a project to be worked on. And so education, for example, which used to be seen as a collective good, is now seen as an individual right, but also as an individual imperative. For you must work on yourself to improve your chances. You see where I'm going with this? So rather than looking at some of those institutions like education as being for the collective public good, it's been individualised, and that's a result of neoliberal capitalism. And I think one of the stumbling blocks for people to understand some of the corrosive harms, and I say corrosive harms, not just harms, because they are corroding harms of neoliberal capitalism, is that the idea of capitalism is this idea of, I can just go out and I can make shoes and I can open up a shop and put a signboard outside and sell my shoes. That's what capitalism is. I can do that thing. But actually, that's not the capitalism that we operate under today. What we operate under today is corporate capitalism. So we have these massive corporations that hide behind numerous brands. Like something like most of the world's food production is owned by, I think, 8 companies or 10 companies or something ridiculous. So it's this distillation of wealth that takes that wealth out of individual communities and into the coffers of some corporation that is such an overwhelming problem that I think the only way that individuals who are experiencing the worst of climate change, that are experiencing, the worst harms that come from this type of system, that the only hope is for collective action, is for people to come together and unite and say, actually, no, we need to say this is wrong and we need to do what we can to stop it as a group.